This is a war cry. Celestial love, watch as the moon and the sun collide over northern lights. Like Pablo Picasso painting the night across the open water. The roots give birth to the dancing leaves, whispering to each other. Our hearts are breaking as our mother grieves, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries. I only gave you one earth, one sky. You've got to share it. The ground burns, the heavens cry. You must prepare it. Your children's lives are on the line. So raise your voice. It's time for us to unite. This is a war cry. This is a war cry. From the start of creation, she's given all things like sweet salvation. Let's take our wrongs and make it right. Material distractions, blinding our naked hearts from the truth, cause a chain reaction that steals the captive fate of our youth. And she cries, and she cries, and she cries. I only gave you one earth, one sky. You've got to share it. The ground burns, the heavens cry. You must prepare it. Your children's lives are on the line. So raise your voice. It's time for us to unite. This is a war cry. Let's come together. Let's raise our voice together. This is a war cry. Let's come together. Let's raise our voice together. This is a war cry.
Good evening, everybody. We're going to do our announcements first. We're going to do our tracker check-ins, and we have some important information that other people want to share, and then we're going to give our lesson for the night. We have 2 group pages on Facebook. That is the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, in parentheses, Antlers and surrounding areas. Also, Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WMBMAN, and Sun Centering Database. Those are 2 group pages that we connect these live streams to afterwards. If you can't find them here on YouTube, you can find them there. Also, the Bigfoot documentary. We are selling those here also, but we'll also be at the Fouke, Arkansas Bigfoot 50th anniversary of the film The Legend of Boggy Creek. You can get the PayPal through the description, or through the comments. And the Falk, Arkansas Bigfoot Festival is June the 18th, but people are allowed to come in on the 17th, I think, to look around. But it's only from 9 till 6 p.m., so don't think you're going to get there late and expect to find all the good stuff. It's probably going to be a quick kind of, in and out kind of thing. But let's go ahead and give our first friend a call. Actually, another tracker. This tracker is a grandmother in Alabama with grandkids, and we met online through these live streams. I'd say about 2 years ago, I guess. And she had concerns about Bigfoots and watching her children or her grandchildren and things like that. So we were finally able to get connected with her and talk with her and share techniques that we know work and explain many different things about Bigfoots that has helped her. And a lot of people has commented here on the live stream that the techniques that we're talking about do work, and they will help deter Bigfoots who are predators who eat everything away from their homes, and to give them more safety. Now, this doesn't really help the neighbor, so everyone needs to share information. Let your neighbors know there's things in the area, and it's okay to say Bigfoot. It's okay to say it. Everybody knows now. So we're going to give her a call first, so that we always want to make sure that she's safe indoors and not talking loud to us. And she said she was under a thunderstorm watch tonight or today. And we told her some techniques to use to make the storm go away. If you've been up with this channel, you'll understand what we're talking about. But if not, you need to buy the Bigfoot documentary, and it has everything that would catch you up to here, not down here where the best researchers are. You get the DVD, you come up to here. But we're going to check in. Hopefully she's available. And we'll see how today went with her, and we'll explain a few things also at the end.
The email.
Okay, we'll try her again in just a little bit, but she did tell us that she may not have signal tonight, but she did say that she was okay. She messaged earlier to let us know that she's okay, and there is a thunderstorm, and she had some interesting video that she was going to send to us, so she may have family in right now. So there's a lot of things going on, but we know that she is safe and she is using the techniques, and we'll try to get back with her in just a minute. Now we're going to try our next tracker friend, who's also keeping up on some missing people and a tracker report of a female group who went out 2 days ago and came back with tracks, and we're going to get that report as well.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Now I know that this friend right here said that he was pushing brush back and he was tired and he was hot earlier, so he may be resting because he's been pushing the brush line like we have been for the last couple of days, and he said it's been hot, and um, we understand that. So we're going to give another friend now. This friend also, and we do understand that everybody has responsibilities and can't always be at the phone, like we can't always be at the phone, and our friends understand that as well. Hopefully, we can check in with our next friend who's we're keeping up with also, but he has went back to work, and there's only a couple of days that he's off that he can talk.
Please leave your message for.
So that's good. Everything's good news so far. Now another friend who was going to come over, come on tonight and talk about a situation that we've had to push back till tomorrow night, or maybe a different night. We may have a different guest, but we do have another caller that we will try, but she may, she may also be at work. Um, and we'll see if we can get an update from her area. Okay, let's see if we can get that through.
Been forwarded to an automatic.
Okay, she may also be at work. So we're going to go ahead and go into the lesson. And this, if you have the DVD, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you don't, I'm going to back everything up just a little bit to try to catch you up real fast. But we've been helping people deter Bigfoots from their area, from their homes, from their children or grandchildren. We've talked about how the Bigfoots will tunnel underneath homes, especially mobile homes or homes on logs or bricks, cinder blocks, trailer homes. Bigfoots will dig under your home and start scratching, or they will also mess with your plumbing. They get inside to smell what is coming out of the house. But we were talking about certain groups of Bigfoots, which you're only going to hear about this from this channel. But there are certain, in each troop of Bigfoots, they're never alone. There's never just a rogue Bigfoot. Any Bigfoot that you see is going to be a decoy. That one is just to show you or to lure you into a trap. The now, what we've been sharing are techniques of how to get your proof, I guess you would say, how to get proof first. Also, to do an observation. You know, most people live their life, go to work, come home, watch TV, rest up, shower, maybe talk a little bit, go to bed, wake up, go to school, go to work. Most people are in that cycle. Most people don't pay attention that they're in that cycle, and that if someone or a Bigfoot predator or a hybrid predator of a Bigfoot that eats people, they are easy prey. They are easy to um, stalk and be, harvested. People give away what time they go to work, go to school, their habits and the routines in which we talk about. You have to change your habits, routines, and schedules. Bigfoots, these predators and the hybrid Bigfoot predators watch you. They're very patient. We also talked about how they will pick up trees and move trees or put brush in a certain area to watch you or watch your children. The Bigfoots watch how you call your children, the names. They listen to you yell and they mimic those words. They can sound like chainsaws, airplanes. And this is getting to the point of where we're at now. But they also, there's groups that sound like locusts. There's groups that sound like rain. And these are groups of Bigfoots, multiple Bigfoots. They're never alone. They're always in groups or troops. Um, some are very, have a very distinct call. And there will be multiple. The bird chirpers. You'll have a bird over here, and then you will have a bird over here, and a bird over here. There's some that are just tree frogs sounding. These are normal sounds to some people only because people don't or haven't listened to a locust. People haven't listened to a coyote and what they sound like. 9 times out of 10, people has never even heard a coyote. But if somebody tells you that's what a coyote tells you that it sounds like, that's what you'll go with. And those could be the Bigfoots that are mimicking. But you can tell they're just a little bit off of every sound. So our friend is using our techniques, and we got into the discussion, which this is in the DVD. I have these, we talk about thunder and lightning, mist, fog, lightning, rain. That is in the documentary also. Now, these same groups, as we discussed in the documentary, and you're getting this information also now, but there's a group called Thunder, there's a group called Lightning, and these are groups, multiple Bigfoots. There's multiple groups called Earthquake, Cyclone, Hurricane, the Trembles. Now, a lot of people don't know that during rainstorms, you should only be getting rain and sometimes flashes of, the electrical. People don't pay attention to the multiple sounds of thunder or tremors or the different sounds of lightning. When lightning, makes a sound, it's not really that loud. But Bigfoots, called lightning, who are close to you will sound loud. It'll sound like lightning is right outside your door, which, that's the case. The group of Bigfoots have surrounded your house. The ones called thunder come in, and they will make the trembles. You'll feel that thunder in your house. But also, while they're doing that, these groups are shaking your house at the same time. They're making the sound of lightning. They're making loud, loud sounds. And this scares a lot of people. And truthfully, it's just a rainstorm. And we'll get to the threshold in just a second, but it's just a rainstorm. So stay in your house. Don't run to your shelters, and don't go to, the city shelter. Have your faith and your trust in your spirituality. You're going to be okay. You're going to make it through. You have hope. Trust in your faith. Trust in your, spirituality. But the Bigfoots called thunder and lightning, they come around during these rain times, and they get to hunt. And these are fierce beasts. They get to hunt. No other Bigfoots get in their way. These get to hunt. And if they pick a house or people, they've been watching for a while. They know who is familiar or accustomed to loud sounds of thunder and lightning, because they've been close to those houses before. But if you have been using the techniques that we've been sharing, you will have the same stories that we have, and you will know that the techniques work by your own proof of the results. And we'll get to those in just a second. So our friend has been keeping in contact with us and using techniques, and asked us for an assistance as far as, answering some questions that she had about the predators, about the Bigfoots, their habits, their schedules, their routines. And all this is also in the Bigfoot documentary. The Bigfoot documentary is not entertainment, it's educational. It's just packed with information that you need. And this is the information that we're sharing here too. But you get more in the DVD. But she's been using our techniques now. And thunder and lightning, they also have a protocol that they can hunt during this time. Now, if they don't get people, the other Bigfoot groups will still herd deer back to them so they can still kill, so they can purge, they can have their time out. But they also have to be put back. The other ones have to push them back in, and they also help keep an eye on them. Well, sentries, other Bigfoot sentries, keep an eye on these groups because they are fierce and they are bloodthirsty, and they will stay out there if they're allowed to. So whenever our friend was using our techniques, which is now it's their techniques, now they are sharing it with other people. So now they are passing this on to other people. But when thunder and lightning come into your area, when the rainstorm comes on, when you hear that emergency alert sound that starts scrolling across the bottom, that it'll say severe thunderstorm threat or severe, lightning. Prepare, take cover, and those kind of things. Everyone knows that emergency broadcast system or sound. But we tell you, those are Bigfoots. Stay in your home, secure your house, and basically have a good night. You're going to be okay. But always take your safety precautions. Now, whenever you first hear thunder, or whenever you first hear that little thunder in the distance, honk your car horn that's outside. You don't have to be outside to do this. Honk your car horn one time and just listen. Normally, especially if you watch on the news of the line of the thunderstorm that's coming through, if you're in that line, you'll know by the sound of the thunder and lightning. But if you use this technique, thunder and lightning will go away from you. They are groups of Bigfoots. So hit that alarm one time. Wait for that next one. As soon as you hear that next one, if it's getting closer, hit it 2 times. If it's going away from you, don't worry about it. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to come closer to you. So whenever you hear it again, hit it again 2 times. You got to change it up. Change up that car sound. Don't try to go in a pattern. When you hear lightning crack, hit that alarm 3 times. Beep, beep, beep. When you feel a tremor, hit that alarm 3 times. Beep, beep, beep. And you will see, and you will feel, and you will hear thunder and lightning move away from you. These are Bigfoot groups. We're telling you, there are groups of Bigfoots with certain names, certain jobs, certain responsibilities, and certain duties. They have certain vocal calls. Like we said, some sound like a group of coyotes, but you listen, they're not coyotes. Some will sound like chainsaws out there, like we talked about. A car horn. They'll mimic your car horn sound also, so be aware of that. We've been sharing this technique, and our friend has been using this. And she has also reported, and this is a grandmother with grandchildren who watches grandchildren, who has had Bigfoots at her window, at her doors, throw rocks at the house. The children have seen it. They have pictures. They have multiple pictures. They have footprints cast, everything now. And before they had pictures, but we taught also how to get that proof, which we call track traps. And that's a tracker term. And all that means is at your windows and around your porches and even around your cars, rake it out real fine, make it clean, or add soil there. All we're trying to do is get an impression. And our friend, the grandmother, she used this and she reported back that she had the footprints. They got some cast. They got a lot of cast now. They know what to do on that part. So that's the proof, and they've shared that information with neighbors and friends to do that same thing. And everyone has gotten their own proof. And so we also, with the thunder and lightning, she had also reported that the thunder and lightning had moved away from her area. Same as it had done here. Now, we also talked about crows and ravens, and just yesterday's live stream was about crow hunting. And tonight it's about firing in a response, and we'll get to that also. But with the crows and the ravens and the owls and the wolves, they all work with the Bigfoot. They all eat. A crow and raven's not going to pass a meal up. And they are allowed to eat with them. And they are allowed to eat with them, especially on the blood moon and the full moons and eclipses. So those are serious hunting times for Bigfoot. So be aware of that time also. So we also, I'm not sure which live stream it was, but we talked about the crows and the ravens. that you have to, a crow, I mean a raven or an owl will perch on you. You know, they'll find a tree close to you and perch on you, and they'll make their call. They're saying, I found food. This food's too big for me to take down, but let's get the next biggest thing in here, or let's get some Bigfoots in here because ravens get to eat too. It's the same thing an owl will do at nighttime. Owls don't just go around hooting, they hoot whenever they find food. And in the DVD, you'll also hear when we were in certain areas and certain situations, you will hear the owl. Uh, and so did we. We knew where we were and what we was doing. The ravens and the crows, when they perch on you, you have to watch that raven. Look at that raven. Keep an eye on that raven, or at least one raven. And watch that raven, because it's going to start trying to avoid you. Keep an eye on it. Keep watching it. And then it's going to start flying off. And you have to watch that raven as far as you can possibly see, or it'll turn around and come back. Same thing with crows. When you see a whole flock of crows flying above you, find one crow. Watch that one crow. Keep an eye on it. Don't lose it. The whole flock will leave if you do that. Same thing with the owls. But also, if they don't leave, that means they're comfortable around your place, and that means that they have backup. They have Bigfoots there too. They have big backup, so they're pretty brave. They'll come up to your house. They know when you come outside too. They know what time you feed the dogs, and they'll be there trying to get some of that dog food too. But if they won't leave with the look, you have to throw sticks at them. You have to throw rocks at them. You have to let them know you are not food. If they don't leave at that time, that's when you pull out your shotgun. Use your bird shot. Don't waste your slugs or your buckshot. Use bird shot or salt rock. That'll reach them too. Or a BB gun. Use a BB gun, but if you use a BB gun, shoot them in the rear end or the back side, so if they fly far away, because you don't want them dying right there, not unless they just won't leave and you have to use the shotgun, the bird shot. Now, when you do that, the ravens will not come back to your yard. And if they do, they're coming in just to see if it's okay if they're being spotted again. But if you make any inclination that you're coming outside, they will leave. And they will stay away, and they will start looking for other hunting grounds. Or if you have neighbors, you're going to see them flocking over to the neighbor's home. Share information with your neighbors. And I know how it is with neighbors. So we've shared this information also with our friend, and she had used this same technique. And just yesterday, if you watched the live stream yesterday, she reported back that there are no crows and ravens in her yard anymore. There used to be, but there are not anymore. Now, she told us that she is under thunderstorm watch tonight, and as soon as we get through with this lesson, we're going to try to give her a call again and see if she can give us a report on the thunderstorm that she's supposed to be having right now, or at this time. So now the ravens are gone. The Bigfoots have been pushed back. You also have to push your brush slime back. Expose the traps or the blinds that the Bigfoots have, and you have them. Go out 50 yards out from your house, and this also is in the DVD. The information on how to do this, where to find these traps and blinds. All that information is in there. You do need that information. Push that wood line back. Get a good line of sight. Be able to see everything out there. Know every shadow. know every stump, every rock, even in the nighttime. That's going to help you more than you know, especially with pictures. And we've had many people also report back when they've done this and they've taken pictures, they will tell you that shadow is not supposed to be there, or that tree is not that fat, and we call them fat trees, or uh, because that's when the Bigfoots are behind them, and you can see the outline of them. Kind of like the last, kind of like this picture here. This is myself. Um, I'm actually in support of another person who is carrying out another duty, and I'm actually just in the back and giving them support. I just clicked on and something else. So now that we've got the brush line pushed back, and the grandmother is doing the same thing, and she's got her children helping now. Some young men who, there's a quick story about that one too, but we'll get to that later. But her children are, who are young men, are helping her push her brush line back. They've used a technique with the car alarms. They used the track traps. They've got all the information as far as the proof that they need. Uh, they've got visual, photos, video, um, everything you can think of. And they even told us what happened when a person was in a thunderstorm and thunder and lightning came to them. But they're under a thunderstorm watch right now, or that is what was supposed to have happened. I can guarantee you 100% that it didn't happen. If she used this technique, which I know she did because we did talk, but she's not going to have a thunderstorm. She may have rain, but she won't have a thunderstorm. And so now, if those thunderstorms, that next thunderstorm, when it comes to you, or whenever it tries to come to you, if it tries to get close, because you've done gave the warnings, you've done let the Bigfoots know that you know that they're there. You know that there are groups of Bigfoots called Thunder and Lightning. Because you hit the alarm to let those groups know you're not prey and don't come around my area. You gave all these warnings. You found all their structures. You know their routines now, and you know that they've been pushed back and that they are not as visible, and that they are starting to go around your area and avoid you. And this is to deter Bigfoots. You have to look for them and find them to do this. It's all in the DVD. It shows you exactly where and what to look for. But the next step is, when that next thunderstorm comes in, if these groups still want to test you to see if it's not a fluke, if they can get in, they just need to get in one time, get past you. If they can get past you one time, they can do it again, and they know they can. They know that you're not going to be aware every time. They're a hit and miss group. They're saying, well, one of these times we can get through, but be on your feet, be prepared at all times, be ready at all times, everywhere your nose at. So last night around 4 a.m., 4:30ish, we woke up and we heard the rumble. No, yeah, we heard the rumble first, and then there was a flash of light. and we wondered what that flashlight was, and we looked out. Then we heard the grumble. That's what it was, and we knew thunder and lightning and a storm was going to be coming through. So this time we hit the alarm, bloop, 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 to let the thunderstorm know because it was close. It struck pretty close. And also, when you hit that alarm, don't hit it while the thunder and lightning is at its peak. Wait till it goes back down, then hit beep, beep, beep. You want to be heard too. Don't compete with it, not with that little car alarm. Wait till it clears down, then hit it. That's also letting them know we heard you. Don't come around here. We will kill you. Now, if that thunderstorm continues to come to you because they still want to test you, they want to know if they can get through to you. They still want to know if you're on your toes and can you be prey? Are you easy prey? Will you let your guard down so they can get in and get close? If that thunder comes to you, like, and we asked our friend to do this same thing, to get bird shot, and every time, if that thunder or lightning gets close, every time you hear it, shoot one round off after the sound has dissipated from the thunder and lightning. And if you do this, thunder and lightning will go away. I need April message. A friend of mine just, or the grandmother who is under the severe thunderstorm watch, just sent a message, and I think we're going to be able to talk with her about that. And we're talking about this technique right now of thunder and lightning, and the groups called Thunder and Lightning, which is also in the Bigfoot documentary. So now we're at the point of letting thunder and lightning and rain. Don't forget, rain is going to be. It is another group of Bigfoots. They sound like rain. They all go. There won't be any rain, but there will be the sound of rain. You have to see the visual that there is no rain, but there is sound of rain in the distance. These are
Hello.
groups. Hey, how you doing? Can you talk real fast?
Yeah, I can talk real fast.
Okay. Let me well, give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Right now, our Alabama tracker friend has just called in, and we were going over these techniques and everything that we talked about. Our friend is using the techniques, and she is going to give us a report on what's happening in her area right now, and it'll be interesting for you to listen in on the techniques that she used. Okay, April, I just gave you an introduction, and I was wondering if you could give us a report and everything that's going on, and all the way up to the storms.
Yeah, the storms was rolling in about 3 o'clock this evening, all the way up to 8 p.m. in our area, and I used the car alarm and did the shooting with the bird shot in my shotgun after the lightning and after the thunder and the lightning, and it went away. It did exactly what y'all said it was going to do. We had no problems. Everybody else had power outages and everything else. We didn't.
Yes, that comes along with it. If you don't deter them, they will knock power lines down. They will try to get in somebody's house.
Yep, they sure did.
And you did exactly everything right. I'm so happy.
Me too.
Oh, this is just wonderful news because, and well, also, your faith too,
Yes,
it's
exactly.
it's intact too. That's, oh my goodness. Because this is a spiritual war.
Yes, it is.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Even the Bigfoots understand the spirituality, and it seems like the Bigfoots understand spirituality more than people do.
Yeah, I've been wondering that myself, just by you know seeing them and how they are and stuff, like the orbs, and I've been thinking that myself.
Yeah, and everybody who reports that, they rebuke them and say
Yep,
in the name, that every time they will turn around and leave them.
they sure will.
And that's a big deterrent too. People got to have their spirituality.
Yeah,
I was kind of and I don't know how your family took it, but for me, it's wonderful to have somebody who uh, knows that what we're doing for the whole family,
yeah.
And if it,
Well, well, with my son, after that happened with the on the water, that was a changer for him. So he's on board now. So
could you let the viewers know that story?
yeah, him and his friend had went out to the river to go fishing.
Okay, hey, let's back it up to you talking to him first.
Okay, the night before, I had watched one of the videos you put out talking about water spirits and I think cloud spirits, you called them.
Mm.
And so I sat my son down. I was outside with him after watching it and had talked to him about it because I knew I'd heard him say something about going to the river to go fishing. And I told him, I said, don't go to that river without taking, guns, and make sure they fully loaded and pay attention to your surroundings. And I had actually sent him the link to your video, but I don't know if he ever watched it. I have never asked him. I need to ask him. And but I had told him what all I had learned from the video about how y'all talked about him holding on to logs and using reeds to breathe underwater, and just to really pay attention to his surroundings while he was out there on that river, especially being we have done been warned, and sent pictures and footprints and all these things. I was skeptical about him going. And he said, yes, ma'am, I will. So him and his friend went the next day to go fishing and took a boat. And I'm not sure where at on the Tombigbee, but I do know it was the Tombigbee River. And he said they were fishing, and all of a sudden, he didn't know his friend had seen it at the same time as him. They seen a big black mass, like just swimming really fast towards the boat, like it was coming straight at him, like going to hit him and stuff. So he picked his gun up. When he did, his friend, I guess, seen him. But anyway, both of them ended up grabbing their guns and just started unloading. He said it just freaked them out so bad. And it said it started swimming the opposite way and then popped its head up. And he said he knows they hit it when it popped its head up. But he don't know if it killed it or not because they never did see it anymore. So they got out of there.
Wow, that's a good story. That's good news too.
Yeah.
To come home safe. That's good.
Yeah, so needless to say, he's been fishing one more time, but it was at a pond, and he said he's paid close attention to everything. He ain't going back in the boat for a while.
Good. Yeah, it's okay to go out in that boat, but we got to be aware just like he was.
Yeah.
And that's what we talk about. Be observant and secure our area. Then we have fun,
Yeah.
Wow. And so how many shots in Thunder? How many did you have to put out?
3 each.
That's awesome. And we were kind of smiling here because we were saying, how many people would say, we need to go outside and shoot at the thunder and lightning.
Well, it surely worked. I can vouch for. I wish I'd have recorded it, but I was busy at the time shooting off, so I didn't think about it.
Yeah, and whenever people do shoot, let's it's always in a place that we just feel like there's something, that's the spot,
Yeah, that's what I did. I aimed it like toward trees and stuff. I knew it would hit something and not, because I know I have neighbors. I didn't want the stuff.
Oh yeah.
I knew you had said something about they'll estimate how far a bullet will go and all that, and I didn't want them doing that either. So
yeah, they will. I'm glad you're so. I'm glad you're you. I'm glad you. And we were kind of explaining, to some other people that all this information, that if people use it, that it will actually help them and their families.
Yeah, it really will.
And sometimes we just don't know what's out there unless somebody tells us or shows us.
Yeah.
So nobody thought you was a little out of the ordinary with the shotgun, huh?
Not around here. They used to
that. And the family, they were cool with it, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. And I think the young ones too, even the dogs, you doing that, they're going, hey, okay.
Yeah, I pay attention to my dogs and my grandkids. A lot of folks don't really pay attention to the little kids because they'll tell you a lot of what they see. And a kid's not going to make that up.
Oh, no, I know. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad you listen to the kids. A lot of people won't even listen to the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you even was watching one of the young ones and they waved at something or somebody or something.
Yeah, I took my granddaughter, little 2-year-old granddaughter, outside. She's getting where she's just now starting to talk a lot. And she uses a lot of verbal hand signs and stuff, and she kept pointing at this was about a month back. It started like this. She started pointing at like a tree, and she would smile and start waving. And then I noticed she did it in my kitchen in my house. And I was like, well, it's time to cleanse because I done got wiser about everything. And I was like, I'm cleansing my house. I don't see nothing there, but she sees something clearly. So
yeah.
The traps, the cleaning the brush, all of that. We haven't had any problem. She hasn't done that since.
Wow, that's great news.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. And then we see on like the TV and YouTube, there's so many people going through these same things, but they just, I don't know, they don't have anybody to contact or.
Well, I'm available to talk. Whoever wants to contact me, I don't care.
Oh, good. Because I want to connect you with.
Ahead.
Yeah, I want to connect you with some guys who are kind of in Alabama who, they've seen some sightings too, and I think y'all need to connect too.
Yeah, I would like that because it'd be great to have somebody else you can actually talk to about it that knows, how you feeling and seen the same thing that you have that knows.
Yeah, like we was talking about today. One guy was talking about the 25-footers and things, or the 20-footers. He said, but he didn't want to say anything because people would think he was crazy and everything.
Well, I'm at learning time with him, man, I guess. I've seen them too. And that's why I was like, please, why couldn't it have just been a 6-foot or 8-foot?
Well, it has to be something like that.
Yeah, but I'm kind of glad it was because, I think back to the shock.
Yeah.
I wish I had a picture of my face. Just.
Can you describe that look?
Well, I can describe the feeling of it, like my heart was just a pound out of my chest and just, I guess, feeling terrified and anxious at the same time. I don't know really how to, or am I really seeing what I'm looking at? I mean, it couldn't have been no more than 10 11 feet in front of me, so I know I was seeing it. Yeah, he was close. He was that close. I could have felt the breath off of him.
Wow.
I think that's what scared me more, because I didn't realize I was that close to something that big.
Yeah. Yeah, the one you described yesterday, that was the 20-footer, right?
The one that had the light reddish kind of hair that had the gray up by his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had more of like a pointed nose and didn't kind of have a neck. It was like, I don't know if the hair hit his neck or if he just literally didn't have one. And it's like his head was sitting on his shoulders or something kind of. But the 17-footer, he was like long in the torso area. Like his torso area was longer. I've never seen it. Well, actually, it's kind of built like my brother. My brother's almost 7 foot. My brother has a long torso, so. But he didn't have no hair on. He was just skin, and his hair that was on his head was kind of like really curly, like an afro kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can describe it. The face looked something like that picture on the DVD. That's the only way I can describe it. I don't know what was up with that, but
I'm gonna put that picture up.
Yeah, I don't even know how to just. But he's the one that made the laugh before I seen him. That sounded like the hyena. That's the only way I can describe it, because I don't know what that was. I reckon it was a laugh. But I've heard them roosters, coyotes, crows, all kinds of animals, especially roosters. I guess they think that's funny. I don't know what's up with that. But you tell it's not a rooster.
Especially not a rooster at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
And that sometimes when they do that, I think, you're just a little out of place, guy.
Yeah. And they was doing it from across the road too, where I knew the folks didn't have no chickens or anything.
Yeah. So was that a severe thunderstorm coming your way, or did you get an alert or anything?
Yeah, we got an alert that we were under a watch from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and it was coming in from Mississippi.
Okay. But it did come through, just not to you.
Yeah, it came through, but not to me. There's power outages about 15, well, maybe 10 miles up the road north of me to the east of my house. But we're good.
That's great news. I'm glad that's just some happy news,
Yeah.
If we could just get more people to use the same techniques, and I know you're sharing. I know while you're talking about the other person where he's talking about their barbecue pits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just happy you're in that area for them.
Yeah, me too. Because more people are sure coming out, sharing pictures of footprints they've found and stuff like that, talking. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's why I was like, do you have a YouTube channel or something I can watch? But that would be interesting if somebody could get like a channel or something up in that area.
Yeah.
But any pictures and things that you want to share here too, because we're gonna be calling every night.
Yeah, I'm just fixing to pick my son up as soon as I get that phone and get in. I'm gonna go ahead and send that video of the fog and those pictures of the 17-footer the night, because I didn't realize I had caught the pictures before I seen him, and I actually went back through them and I did, and I just saved them on the other phone. But I'm gonna send you all those.
Oh, good, and it'll be good for people to see that, because most people, and You know, I am glad that your first ones were like 19 and, you know, those footers.
Yeah, me too now.
Because when you say an 8-footer or 10-footer, you're like, that's just a juvenile. That's just a, I mean, they're still deadly and dangerous, but
yeah, not like
yeah,
the mega monsters.
yeah. But you know, a shotgun can take these little ones down quick.
Yeah.
Wow. And let's see, can you can you give us like a real quick story of what happened to the uh you was in some place and the thunder and lightning came to their place and they ran out of their house?
Oh yeah, my neighbor. Like I forgot what date that was. I need to check the date on that because I wrote it down. There was a thunder and lightning storm that come through, and he said lightning had struck his house. He heard it was like the house shook, and he heard a loud pop, and so he just took off running through his house and out the house, and went to his grandfather's who lived next door because they just lived right next door. And when he looked back, when he got on the porch, the house was smoking. Like he knew he'd been hit by lightning. And both of his parents were at work, and thank goodness he was up in his mid-teens. But I know that still had to scare him after death.
Yeah, they will do whatever they can to get us out of those houses.
Yeah, they lost their whole house. They had to move to him with a family member for now.
Oh.
Because we ended up helping them with clothes and stuff like that.
Oh, good. Well, you're just a heck of a person.
Thank you. I try to just help anybody I can.
Wow, I'm so glad we met. And I was telling people, I think it was about 2 years ago we first started talking or something. Or
yeah, I think it was about that long ago.
Yeah, no. For some reason, I was thinking you was up by Missouri for a while. Then you told me Alabama. Like, oh yeah, okay, so Alabama.
Yeah.
And Malcolm or the Tracker M contacted. I haven't checked his email, but I think he's close to you now.
Okay, I'll message him when I get back to the house and everything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go, let you get home while it's still a good time.
Okay.
And I'll check in with you tomorrow also.
Okay, yeah, I was also, excuse me, gonna tell y'all I got a map. I've been pinning everywhere I've seen these things, and folks is telling me they have pictures of them or I've been pinning this.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm on that.
Yeah, hey, if you could get a picture of that too and send that too, we'll post that also.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll share it with some Alabama guys and we know, and some other friends are connected with some, try to get more support in that area.
Okay.
I hear kids. I hear kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up here listening to pick my son up.
Okay. All right. We will check in with you tomorrow, and I'm glad everything's working.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh, so good to hear a happy voice.
Yeah, I'm so glad y'all send me that information. I just want people to know to try it because it really works.
Yeah, no matter how it sounds, it works.
Yeah.
And it's been tried and tested and everything, so.
Yep. I can vouch for that.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna wish you a good night and a happy and safe sleep.
All right, y'all have a great night too. Y'all sleep well too.
Okay, we'll check in with you again tomorrow.
All right.
All right, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
If you was able to be here for that whole kind of section, kind of segment, You would have heard, and if you haven't, please go back and watch, this again, because we talk about deterring Bigfoots, and there are more steps to use, and we will share those more also. Um, Especially if it gets to where they really want to try to come in, we have techniques for that too. We even have friends who have special, um, not tools, but special ingredient kind of things that work um, to deter them. So we have a lot of techniques to deter Bigfoots from your areas. But first, you got to know that they're in your area. First, you got to know how to find them. First, you got to know what they look like and smell like. All that information is in the Bigfoot DVD, the Bigfoot documentary. And it's called Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers, and Surrounding Areas. It's just the same as the Facebook group page. You can find the PayPal on that page or in the comments or the description. You do need this DVD, and I would say get it as soon as possible because things are happening right now. Um, we were talking to another gentleman who was paying attention to the drownings and things. And as you heard in this live stream, we talked about the precautions that people took before they went, and it was needed at the time that they were out there. These techniques work. We share them freely, but there is more information like this on the Bigfoot documentary. It's the only one of its kind. It's the only educational Bigfoot documentary that has everything that you need. You're going to see things in there that you've never seen before. You're going to hear things that you've never heard before. You're going to get knowledge and wisdom that you've never had before. It's all in that Bigfoot documentary. It's a teaching tool. It's something that you need and there's information, knowledge that you've never heard before in that documentary. Uh, Again, the PayPal is in the description and comments. And we're going to go ahead and close down for tonight. But if you did hear the conversation that we just had and the segue right before that, you will know that the techniques do work that we share with people. We are experts at this. We deter them. We teach you. We help you. Also, if you have questions, I would say get the Bigfoot DVD. It's in there. Your information, every question you could think of, from the origin to the DNA to translucent Bigfoots, two Bigfoots. I'm gonna look at the comments real fast and see what we got here. We usually check these right before. I usually don't read the comments or hear the comment. I mean, watch the comments. But usually I'll go at the very end. We'll go through them real fast and say hello to whoever did check in with us. Let me turn this down. But there is a person called Simply Water 00. Is there a difference in the spices one from another, like up here called in the spices? Is that a typo? Maybe that means species. One from another, like up here, they're called Ginawaska. They say a bit more aggressive. No, there is no difference in the species. They are hybrids of one. It's a spider DNA that's mixed in with 7 animals DNA with the man DNA. That's all mixed in, which made the Bigfoot, which started off as a flat being until it started eating more humans and then formed. It only has our form, but as it has bred and raped and uh, used our DNA and the DNA of other animals, that it has produced other hybrids. So like a Wendigo is more of a elk or moose DNA. Dogmen have more wolf or coyote DNA. Bigfoots, who are more human looking, eat more people. And there's a line of Bigfoots who just do this to become a better predator. They're all the same. They're all predators. One didn't go to charm school. One didn't go to kill and eat everything school. They all got the same training on how to kill, trap, and get away as far as techniques of stealth. Malcolm E says hello to everyone. Simply Water says hello to everybody. Bama Bigfoot says hi, y'all. Simply Water says hi, Bama. Everybody saying hello. uh, Malcolm says sorry about that. Simply Water. It was a mistype that he made. Simply Water says no harm done. April Thornton says wow. Malcolm says hello. Simply says hello. Malcolm says he's over here waving and he's over here over there. So we're going to be back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Watch this again if you get a chance. Listen to everything that we said and then listen to the person at the very end who will confirm that every technique that we've shared and that they use works, and they are deterring Bigfoots from the area, which they had some serious problems at one time, but now they're moving out and being less visible because they are being visible. But this doesn't help the friends or the neighbors, so share with friends. Get this information to everybody. Buy this Bigfoot documentary. That's the best way to get all the information, and you'll be able to share it with somebody and have all the proof in that Bigfoot documentary. So everyone have a great night. I will see you again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with another show. Have a great night, everybody.